been a minute since I've done a live, but I have about like 18 minutes before I have to jump into a group coaching class. And so I wanted to kind of just jump on here and go over some of the most asked questions on the Twin Flame Ascension journey. And so let's just jump right into it. The first one that is tends to be the most asked question is, how do I know if this person is really my twin flame? And there are many things that will reveal to you that this person is your twin flame. The one thing that I highly recommend is doing the inner work. You're going to hear this from me all the time: the inner work, the inner work, the inner work. Learning how to do the mirror exercise, learning how to heal the blocks to love, blocks around relationship. One of the resources that I highly recommend is Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover. This book is literally everything that I needed to know about Twin Flames is in here. You can find it on Amazon. And I found that there is in here a list of signs of how you know someone is your true twin flame. But for me personally, it was just exploring the connection, exploring the relationship. Many struggle to tell the difference between a connection and like a soul connection and a trauma bond. And so it brings up a lot of doubt. And know that your twin flame is going to bring up your biggest fears. It's going to feel uncomfortable at times being around your twin flame because they're going to bring up parts of you that are not in line with love. And if you are truly doing the work, if you're looking at them as a mirror aspect and not just like they're not being nice to me or they're running from me or they don't want a relationship with me, and you really use that aspect and that mirror to then go within and reflect, is there parts of me that doesn't want to be with me? Is there parts of me that isn't being kind to me? And really heal that at the core and come to a place of love there. That person is going to meet you in love and in peace, if that is truly your twin flame. If it's not, their actions are going to continue showing up the same. And no matter how much peace you come to within yourself, they never just meet you there, and they eventually will vibe out. But your true twin flame is going to vibe closer. And that's something I recognize with my own true twin flame, is the more that I truly healed, we always met each other in peace, no matter what the disagreement was, no matter like there's many times where my twin flame was like, I don't want to do this with you. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm not even looking to be in a relationship. I just want you to leave me alone. And there'd be times where I'm like, okay, like I'll leave you alone. That's not a problem. And then I would go and heal those parts of me that just wanted to be alone and didn't want to have to deal with being in a relationship and didn't want to have to deal with love and all of that stuff. And as soon as I would heal that at the core, he would apologize and be like, like I really was just triggered, and it's just a lot to have someone who wants to like love me and like want to just be with me, and I have a lot of hurt here, so if you could just be patient with me as we work through this process, like I'm willing to work through the stuff with you. And that for me was really telling, that he was willing to work through the hard stuff, he was willing to apologize. And the more that I like really healed those things, the more we didn't experience those kinds of upsets. We wouldn't have the same, we usually didn't have the same upset quite, like unless it was a deep, dear gosh, if it was a really deep core upset, like it's like a deep rooted one, then layers of it would come up. But there would be times where we would have an upset, and once I worked through it, we never had to work through it again. And even living together, we still haven't had to work through some of these things again. It's like it's healed and we don't have to worry about it. So getting really clear on if someone is your person is exploring it all the way through, really loving the process all the way through. And also like have boundaries with yourself, boundaries with them. Honor yourself. Get clear on your love list. If you don't have a love list, I highly recommend writing a love list and getting really clear on what you desire in a partner and seeing if they match that list. The next question I hear a lot is, why is my twin flame running or ignoring me? And one of the biggest pain points is this opens the door to teaching us about the mirror and healing abandonment and inner child wounds. And so if there are places where you are running from yourself, running from your feelings, running from your finances, running from boundaries, running from respecting yourself, running from like really going deeper into some of these places that just feel like hell, almost like it just can, like you're gonna run from it. I had a really deep childhood wound around like sexual trauma, and I avoided it like the plague, y'all. Like I didn't want to look at it for years, and I just like swept it under the rug. But even though I kept sweeping it under the rug, like these fears and these insecurities and these hurts kept coming to the surface, and I didn't want to look at them. And finally, when I came to this journey, I realized in order to come into harmony with my twin flame, I had to raise my vibration. And in order to raise my vibration, I had to heal and let go of those things that no longer served me, that I was avoiding or running from. So when I stopped avoiding and running from those things and ignoring that part of me, and I chose to accept and embrace and love that part of me, that is when my twin flame would reflect those things back to me. And even now, there are times where I will want to like run or ignore the upset. And when you live with your twin flame, there really is no running or ignoring the upset because they live in the same house as you. So like you can go into different rooms and all, but it feels uncomfortable, one, to even really entertain separation with your twin flame, and it feels uncomfortable to sit in the upset. And so I've had to learn to run to God into those spaces and really choose to heal the core of what's coming up. And so when I stopped running from myself and I stopped ignoring aspects of myself, that is when my twin flame stopped running and ignoring me ultimately. And he was just mirroring back to me these parts of me that really desired deep unconditional love, that desired to be seen, that desired to be received, that desired to be heard and given the space to move through whatever upset was happening in that space. So know that your twin flame is reflecting you always. Like that never turns off, y'all. It doesn't turn off whatsoever. It just keeps going. And so mastering the mirror exercise for me has been really important to continuously go deeper in healing what is being mirrored back to me when it comes to my biggest fear of abandonment or biggest fear of rejection and ultimately running and ignoring myself. Now, the third question that usually comes up on the twin flame journey is, will we come into union in this lifetime? And I highly believe that if you do the work, if you surrender all of your beliefs that you can't come into union, like I don't care what, I've heard so many different twin flame teachers be like, oh, they only come into your life to trigger your deepest wounds so that you can become your best version of yourself. And that is partially right. But then the other part is, but you probably won't come into union with them in this lifetime. Like, that is some bullshit. Excuse my language, but no. Like, if you have a desire to be with your twin flame on a soul level has a desire to be with you. And if you truly do the work, if you do the inner healing, if you heal your beliefs around love, if you heal your beliefs around relationships, if you truly believe that you're meant to be in union with your twin flame, that is exactly what you will receive. And for a long time, I believed that I wasn't going to come into union with my twin flame and that I was the only person God did not create a twin flame for. And I was experiencing a lot of like hurt in that space. Once I healed that, my twin flame came into my space so quickly. And at the time, I didn't even know he was my twin flame, but he was in my space, in my group of friends for a little period of time before I really even started like acknowledging, oh, like this is my twin flame. And so you have to trust that if you're watching videos about twin flames, if you have a desire to be with your twin flame, if you feel this pull or this connection to this person, and you truly do heal the blocks to your union, you will be in union with your twin flame. And I will have to say, there's many times on my journey where I was like, this is never come together. Like, we are never going to be together because we have all of these upsets and these blocks. But now we live in such a beautiful home together. We're cultivating a beautiful life together. He loves my children as if they're his. People, when we go out and about, don't even know that they're not his because of the connection that they have. And they oddly like resemble him. And so they're like, oh my gosh, your boys are so handsome. You all look alike. And it's funny because, and they just like roll with it. They're like, thanks, because they feel that deep love and connection for each other. And so what I thought was impossible became possible because I had to let go of the belief that it was impossible. So if you have this belief that it's impossible to come into union with your twin flame this lifetime, then that's exactly what you're going to experience. But if you truly have the belief, even if it's a mustard seed of belief that you're going to come into union with your twin flame, God and the universe are going to start aligning those things to make that happen. The next question is, can I be happy without my twin flame? Yes, you can be happy without your twin flame. Your happiness does not come from your twin flame. Your happiness comes from within. It's already there. You just got to allow yourself to enjoy it and just be. And that's actually what helps attract your twin flame, is that you're choosing to enjoy joy. You're choosing to embrace your authenticity. You're choosing to express your true self. You're choosing to live life for you. And I see a lot of my clients will wait to do things or experience things until they're with their twin flame. And I'm like, no, don't do that, because you're going to be waiting forever. Like, if you're waiting and they're your mirror, what do you think they're doing? They're waiting. Stop waiting. Like, you don't have to wait for them to experience happiness. And they're not your source of happiness. God is your source of happiness, not your twin flame. And your twin flame is a direct reflection of your relationship with God. And so if you have an upset with God, that's completely okay. I can help you with that. I did at one point too. But your twin flame is a direct reflection of your relationship with God. And so you don't have to wait for your happiness, because your happiness isn't outside of you. You don't have to wait for your twin flame to be happy, because I can 100% tell you that there's still parts of me that move through depression and that move through like low frequencies. And just because my twin flame's in the house does not mean I'm happy. Like, sometimes he has to deal with my mood of unhappiness because he's not the source of it. And so if you believe my life is going to be better once they're here, and my life is going to be complete once they're here, on some, like on a soul level, yes. But on a surface level, you're still going to have to work through things. And you can't look to your twin flame to make you happy, because that's really heavy for them. That's like you're looking to them and be like, I need you to be this way. I need you to show up this way so I'm happy. How would that feel if someone asked you to do the same thing? I need you to be this way and show up this way and like be this so that I can be happy. Like, it's heavy for someone. So yes, you can be happy without your twin flame, but naturally that happiness and that joy is what attracts your twin flame to you. And this really reveals like a core wound of separation from self and God, because it's a perfect opportunity to teach you the love that you have within yourself, and doing that using the mirror exercise. Like, you don't have to wait for anything outside of you. It's already within. And that is a reflection of, if your twin flame is waiting to leave a third party or waiting to make a decision to be with you, it's because somewhere on some level you're waiting to be with all of yourself, because you think that being all of yourself means that you have to have someone outside of you be with you. No, being with all of yourself is just being with all of yourself, knowing that you're whole and complete on your own, and that your twin flame is a complement to that. It's not dependent on that. So I hope that answers that question of, can I be happy without my twin flame? Yes, but naturally that's going to attract your twin flame. Like, your twin flame loves when you're thriving and doing your best life. Like, that is an energy they want to be a part of. They want to be a part of your peace. They don't want to be the peace, because then that puts a lot of expectation on them to show up a certain way in order for you to feel peaceful, in order for you to feel happy. If you can cultivate peace and happiness on your own, they get to then join that and help elevate that and expand that. And then the last question, and then I got to jump into a group coaching class. Thank you for those who are here. Is, what if my twin flame is with someone else? A third party situation. Those can be very painful, and it's a really highly searched topic. And it's tied to unworthiness, jealousy, and not choosing yourself. And so if you find that you're working through a lot of feeling unworthy, not enough, if you're feeling jealous, if you are feeling like you're not being chosen, those are all the places where you're being called to heal within yourself, to choose yourself, to realize you're worthy of love, that you're more than enough, and that there's no need to be jealous, because what is for you is yours. Like, no one can take that. And so when I started my twin flame journey experience and exploring my true twin flame who I live with now, there was a third party, and he was going to go to Japan to go see this girl when we came into like understanding this like spiritual connection that we had. And I just told him, I was like, if that's something you need to go explore it. And for like 2 weeks, we didn't talk, because I thought he was going to go to Japan. But the whole time I was like, my true twin flame does not need to explore another relationship. My true twin flame is choosing to explore a relationship with me. My true twin flame does not need that kind of contrast. And I choose to know that the man that God has for me, like, sees me and is going to choose to be here with me. And like 2 weeks later, he called me and he was like, "Hey, do you want to go get food?" And I'm like, "Well, when are you leaving to Japan?" And he's like, "I'm not." And I was like, "Oh, what changed your mind?" And he was like, "I just kind of had this revelation, which was due to my inner work. Like, we're one soul, we're one being, we make the same core choice. And my core choice was to be in my harmonious union. My core choice was to only explore my true twin flame. And in return, he mirrored that back to me. And from there, we explored our connection. And it took a few years, like 2 years, to really build a friendship, to build trust, to really explore all aspects of our union. And then we got to a place where we're like, okay, this is it. Like, this is what we're gonna, this is it. And then we moved in together. And now we're talking about marriage and having more children and all those beautiful things. So if you are here and you desire your twin flame journey, definitely check out the intro session. You'll find it in my link. If you need support with coaching, I am here for you. I help so many people with their twin flame union, and I 100% guarantee that this work works. You just have to be willing to invest in yourself, willing to do the work, and willing to do the healing, not only for your twin flame, but for you, because you deserve to live your best life, y'all. Like, you deserve to be happy all on your own, but naturally attract your twin flame who's going to reflect that happiness and that joy and that love that you're giving yourself. So thank you for joining this live. I will see you guys soon. Hopefully my next video, my man will be here. Like, we're getting together a script and a video to help introduce him to you guys because we're super excited for that. And I love you guys, and I will see you soon, okay?